Why Uber failed in China. A strategic analysis. In August 2016, Uber made headlines when it exited the Chinese market, after burning through over $2 billion in just 2 years. Despite being a global success story that revolutionized urban transportation from San Francisco to Singapore, Uber couldn't crack the Chinese market. Here's why the ride-hailing giant failed in the world's largest market. The fundamental problem: misreading the market. Uber's biggest mistake was treating China like any other international market. The company had a blurry, incomplete understanding of China, seeing only the surface opportunities like large cities, growing wealth, and smartphone adoption, while missing crucial details about culture, government relations, and local competition. CEO Travis Kalanick later admitted, "We were a young American business entering a country where very few technology companies had found success. This realization came too late." 5 critical failures. 1. Inflexible business model. Uber arrived in China with its American playbook, expecting to replicate its success without significant adaptation. The company focused on premium services first, maintained its sleek black app design, and assumed what worked in San Francisco would work in Shanghai. This rigid approach ignored fundamental differences in the Chinese market. 2. Technical infrastructure problems. From day one, Uber faced basic operational challenges. Maps crisis. Uber relied on Google Maps, which is blocked in China, making navigation nearly impossible for both drivers and passengers. Payment obstacles. The app only accepted international credit cards, while Chinese consumers preferred local mobile payments like Alipay and WeChat Pay. These weren't minor inconveniences, they were fundamental barriers that made the service barely functional. Uber was slow to address these issues, giving competitors a massive head start. 3. Underestimating local competition. Uber faced Didi Chuxing, a formidable local competitor that understood the Chinese market intimately. Smart partnerships. Didi allied with tech giants Tencent, WeChat, and Alibaba, Alipay, integrating ride-hailing directly into apps Chinese users already loved. Cultural intelligence. Didi created special promotions for Chinese holidays and understood local consumer preferences. Strategic positioning. Instead of competing with taxis, Didi initially partnered with them, building relationships rather than disrupting existing systems. 4. The devastating subsidy war. Both companies engaged in an expensive battle, offering heavily subsidized rides and driver bonuses. While this burned through billions for both sides, it hurt Uber more. Uber lost over $1 billion annually in China. When Didi spent money on subsidies, it strengthened the local ecosystem. When Uber spent money, it simply disappeared. Uber lacked the local knowledge to optimize these promotional campaigns effectively. Fiste. Massive fraud problem. Perhaps most damaging was the epidemic of ghost rides, fake trips that existed only in the app. Organized criminal networks created fake driver and passenger accounts, SIM card farms with hundreds of phones running automated fake rides, sophisticated schemes that collected subsidies for non-existent trips. By 2015, Uber estimated 30 daily rides were fraudulent. This not only drained money but corrupted the company's data, making it impossible to understand their true market position. The technical battle that backfired. Uber developed advanced fraud detection technology, including fingerprinting that could identify specific devices. However, this violated Apple's privacy rules, leading to a confrontation with CEO Tim Cook, who threatened to remove Uber from the App Store. Uber was forced to abandon their best anti-fraud tool, leaving them even more vulnerable. The smart exit strategy. Recognizing defeat, Uber made a strategic retreat in 2016, sold its China operations to Didi, received a 17% stake in Didi worth approximately $7 billion. Didi invested $1 billion in Uber's global business. This failure actually generated a profit of roughly $5 billion, transforming a costly defeat into what one board member called the smartest failure in business history. Key lessons learned. Uber's China experience taught several crucial lessons. Local adaptation is essential. Global strategies must be flexible enough to accommodate local markets. Cultural understanding matters. Success requires deep knowledge of local customs, preferences, and business practices. Technical infrastructure is foundational. Basic functionality must work seamlessly from day one. Strategic partnerships are powerful. Local alliances can provide crucial advantages over pure competition. Know when to pivot. Sometimes the smartest move is strategic retreat and partnership. The broader impact. After China, Uber changed its approach in other challenging markets. In Southeast Asia, instead of fighting Grab, Uber sold its operations to the local competitor and took an equity stake, applying the lessons learned from China. Uber's China failure wasn't just about losing a market. It was about learning humility and the importance of truly understanding local contexts. In the end, this expensive education made Uber a more globally savvy company, even if it came at the cost of $2 billion and the world's largest market.